Ross Brand here for Livestream Universe. We are at the New York City Video Creator Meetup in Midtown Manhattan at the Novotel Hotel, and today's event sponsored by TubeBuddy, and joining me is Sam Kelly. She's a live streamer, both on her own and in the corporate world with Americares, which is actually a nonprofit, but close enough.
Feels like the corporate world sometimes.
So tell us what you're doing at work with live streaming.
Sure. So Americares is one of the world's largest charities, and we do humanitarian relief, particularly in disaster settings. So now we've kind of put our thought leadership in a high tier, and we've been bringing in a lot of thought leaders and experts in the space within disaster risk reduction or, maternal care or child health care. So we recently had a live stream with two of our U.S. program partners for about an hour and a half using Vimeo Livestream.
Oh, wow. And where did you send that live stream? Like, can anybody watch it, or is it just for people within your organization?
So it was a private live stream, but technically, if you go now on YouTube and look up Zip Code Matters and Americares, you can watch it. So we just kind of found that even though it's unlisted on the back end, and it should technically be private, it is still searchable.
And what was the response like amongst employees and stakeholders when they heard you were doing a live stream? And then for those that attended, how did they respond to the idea of communicating through that live stream experience?
So the ask came through our U.S. programs team, and the programs team actually knew we were live streaming before marketing and communications did.
Right.
So they really put the stakes high, and Marcom was able to, meet that challenge. And we had about 75 people RSVP to the private live stream, and we used Opt-in Monster on the landing page, and were able to capture those emails. So people who actually RSVP'd yes actually showed up, which was great. And then the whole organization was invited in the studio for the actual live stream. They kind of saw how things were set up and how everything was running great. And then we had a post Q&A, and they really felt like they were a part of it. And of course, the numbers stayed up during the whole live stream, and it was a really great success. And so now the pressure's on to keep that production level and the engagement level up.
So what's next? What are you planning for future live streams?
So I think we have about 3-4 months left until we get to our partner summit, which is our signature event. Last year, I was telling Ross, we spent about $20,000 to live stream out through a separate agency. Now with Vimeo and Vimeo's equipment and of course our own expertise, which is still very much a beginner level, we're going to bring that all in-house. We're only going to have a few outside production team come on with us, but it's going to be a really big event for us, and that's, again, beginning of May, and hopefully I'll still be standing.
Right. And you live stream on your own as well. What do you live stream about when you're going live on your own channels?
Sure. So I did a lot of freelancing in social and digital marketing for about 3 years, traveling the world. So usually it's about my travel experiences, but also very passionate about accessibility. So when I was adopted from Bolivia, my dad was a quadriplegic. So growing up with someone who has a lot of physical challenges is something that's very inherent to me. So I always like to say that I'm not necessarily an advocate for disabilities, rather I champion diverse abilities.
Right. Well, you're doing great stuff, both with live streaming on your own and with your organization. And tell everybody where they can find you if you're open to connecting with people on social media, or you have a channel that you'd like to share.
Absolutely. So I said I am Sam Kelly, and that is my website and all my social media at iamsamkelly.com. And then also Americares is just everything at Americares and Americares.org.
And what brought you to the New York City Video Creator Meetup?
So we've been live streaming. We just had that first successful live stream, so I knew it was time to really step up and get involved more in the community. I was really interested and happy to see that TubeBuddy was a sponsor. We've been using TubeBuddy for about a year at Americares, so glad to be here.
Awesome. Enjoy those appetizers too, right?
Well, thank you. Yes, and stay hydrated.
Yes, thank you so much, TubeBuddy, and thank you. She is Sam Kelly, but you can find her at I Am Sam Kelly, Americares, and on her own live streams. Thanks so much, Sam.
Thank you so much. See you guys.